Oh, God, this is going to be so good. Oh, my God, you can throw it. You read the title. I platinumed Astro Bot. Let's talk about some of it. First off, it took about 23 hours, which is a nice sweet spot. Now you might be saying $60 for 23 hours? That's ridiculous. You know what? To each their own. I don't really care about the time. I care about the enjoyment. If I can spend 300 hours in the game, but it's miserable to play, that's not really worth it to me. What made Astro Bot worth it is every single second was fun. And I think that is the epitome of what makes gaming great. There was no moment in that game where I said, God, I can't wait to skip through this and get to the fun part. Because we all have games like that. You'll be playing a game, it might be great, but you'll get to a section where you just want to skip through it or run past the enemies or get to the checkpoint so you can save and then say, now it's time for the fun part. I can't stand that. And there was exactly 0% of that. Every single level was fun. The challenge levels, they got a little frustrating because they were harder than the rest, but they were still fun. Up until the end, like from start to finish, it was enjoyable. And I don't think that gets enough credit. People keep looking at it's just a platformer. It's a Mario ripoff. It only takes 12 hours to complete. Yeah. And that's 12 hours of pure fun. Pure fun. Not, it's like half fun and half busy work. No, it is just pure, unfiltered fun. And it is lovely. I definitely recommend it. If maybe you're kind of on the fence, you don't want to drop $60 for something you might not like, which I totally get it. Games are expensive. Everything's expensive. The PS5 Pro just announced and $700 plus $80 for the disc drive plus $30 for the stand. I get it. Shit is expensive these days. I'll put it right here, the entire playthrough. It's about 8.5 hours. It's a little more than that. I had to cut out some during a stream because there was audio issues. The main story took me about 9 hours. Just the main planets. By the time I finished it, I was about at 18. And then when I finally platinumed it, I was at 23 hours. So that's about the max you're going to get out of it. I'm sure some people it'll take a little shorter. It might take you a little longer. Maybe you could squeeze 25, 26 out of it, depending on how quickly you play it. If you're someone that can only play an hour a day or an hour every other day, this could last you a month. So then you look at kind of the value per time. Maybe it's worth it. Anyway, if you want to watch it, like I said, I'll throw it up here. You can watch the entirety of Astro Bot from start to finish until the credits roll. You might enjoy it. Anyway. Every moment is fun, and that is rare. On top of that, they reward you for things you're already going to do, for achievements. So this isn't really a spoiler. Your ship is a PS5, and it stands in the middle of kind of the hub world, where you go back, where all your bots hang out. Of course, I feel like it's most people. If you see a tall structure, you're going to want to climb it. No matter what the game is, if it's possible, you're going to be like, you know what? I wonder if there's something at the top of that, or if I get an achievement, or maybe I can fight an enemy. Like, I want to go to the top of that thing. And as soon as you get to the top of your ship, a little achievement goes off. Ding! The achievement is literally get to the top of the mothership. Like, the developers know. They get it. Say, what are, just quirky things that us gamers do? Like, when your bots form a little climbing ladder for you to climb up to a surface, we know somebody's going to hit the ladder and make them all collapse. Yeah, you get an achievement for that too. It's just those little things they include. And it really speaks to how thoughtful they were when designing the game. Saying, yeah, we know you're going to mess around. We know as you're going through these levels or as you're going around this home world, you have to do certain stuff. to get the achievements or to get the missions. And we know you're going to screw around with it, so we're going to give you achievements for it. It's great. It's such a good time. The next part, which really adds, I guess, to the immersion, is they remix scores from the games, but not so much to where they're unrecognizable. Now, spoilers here. Spoilers for characters you get to play as. In the final galaxy, which the game is separated into separate galaxies, and then each galaxy has like 7 or 8 planets, along with asteroids, little side levels. There's plenty to do. But the last galaxy, you play as Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. You get her bow, you're dressed as Aloy. It's great. And as you're playing in the level, her score is playing. The soundtrack for Horizon Zero Dawn is playing. But it's remixed slightly. It has that Astro Bot feel, but you recognize it instantly. You're like, oh, that's her theme, just tweaked a little bit. Oh my God, that's what I'm talking about. Ooh, hello. All right, I'm definitely liking this ranged combat. Like, obviously, they have the rights to use it, but they want to tweak it to kind of make it more, chipper. But you instantly recognize it, and it's like, man, that's so cool. Like, she's got her bow. You're playing as her. You feel like just the best archer to ever live, and it's great, and it's so much fun. But then you have the music behind you that lends to that immersion, and you feel so good. Like, this is what gaming is. It's what it was meant to be. It's beautiful. On a side note, they need to add a bigger battery to the DualSense. Listen, I have a couple controllers, so there's always one charged. Not everyone has that. The DualSense dies when playing this. Now, I don't mean in like half an hour. I mean like a couple hours. That's still too short. The game uses everything. All the motors, the gyro controls, the vibrations. It feels incredible. I love it, but damn, the controller dies quick. So when you release the next generations, you need to boost that battery, please. We need it. Us, the consumers, need it. So how about you just kind of go with that? Yeah? All right, cool. I think another thing that really sets this game apart. Oh, by the way, Astro Bot for me is Game of the Year. I was going to say Black Myth Wukong. That one took me about 42 hours. Amazing game. Astro Bot's my Game of the Year. What sets it apart is it is fun for legitimately everyone. I had some friends over. We were having a good night, had some drinks, just hanging out. Adulting, it's hard sometimes to coordinate schedules. So we're having some friends over, and I sat somebody down who religiously plays Call of Duty. That is his decompression. He comes home from work, gets on Call of Duty, plays some online matches. Like, that's what he loves. He'll play other games a little bit, but Call of Duty is his main. Sat him down. I'm like, dude, try this. Played for like 5 minutes. He's like, dude, this is so much fun. Like, it's just enjoyable. Like, everything about it. It looks cool. It's goofy. It's cute, but it's fun. I would bet money you could sit anyone down who knows how to use a controller, gamer or not, and they would find enjoyment out of this game. They'd either like how it looks, like how it sounds, like how it plays, the vibrations in the controller. They would like or love some part of it, and that really speaks to the quality. Like, legitimately anyone could sit down and enjoy this. There aren't many games that do that. This segment is sponsored by no one. I'm just kidding. But no, if you are enjoying the video, go and subscribe, comment, do all the YouTube things. I want to hear what you think about Astro Bot. Seriously, I have that full playthrough uploaded. If watching a 9-hour video is daunting, and I mean, I imagine it is, I also have individual parts broken out. It's in 6 total parts, so you can watch each one. Each one's about an hour. The 5th part, I believe, is about 3 hours, so that one's a little longer, but there are individual parts if that's a little more consumable for you. I do appreciate it. And let's get back to it. I know it's $60. I know it's a platformer. So is Mario. And people slurp that all day. And maybe you think it's a Little Big Planet ripoff. Maybe you think it's a Mario ripoff or a reskin or any of those. It might be. Maybe you think it's a PS5 ad, which you could really see. You're flying in a giant PS5, and it's all of the Sony cameos for their games. Like, I get it. It's one big Sony ad. That's true. But you know why it's okay? Because it's fun. Look at any game that has something crazy or cringe or anything. People only have an issue with it if the game is bad. The reason this works, the reason if it is a PS5 ad, the reason it works is because it's fun. It's enjoyable. It doesn't even matter. Like, oh yeah, I'm rebuilding a PS5 and going through all the Sony first party games and all of the characters that they've had in all their past games. It's fun. And that's what gaming is about. That's what this game feels like. It feels like the epitome of what gaming was meant to be. A little bit of nostalgia, a little bit of what we can now do in the future with the DualSense and how good everything looks, and pure enjoyment from start to finish. What more could you want? I'm not saying go buy it. Try it if a friend has it. Play a demo if you can. Maybe rent it if that's still possible. Buy it from Amazon and then return it after you beat it. Whatever floats your boat. It's worth it. If you're not strictly tied to one single game and that's all you play, I think most people are going to enjoy this. Give it a try. But please go down, let me know what you think. I'm really interested to hear what people think. I feel like a lot of people have written it off as, oh, that's a kiddie game. That's a platformer. That's lame. It's not, the next Bloodborne, which, hey, I'm looking forward to as well. I need to finish the first one, but it's going to be great. I think if people give it a chance, they're really going to enjoy it. So let me know what you think. Stay tuned. Like I said, subscribe if you want to see more. And have a good rest of your day.